Hello, this is Martha with Living the One Light again. And today I've been asked to channel a message for you regarding a topic of questions I've been getting from a couple different people, and something that I wonder about myself a lot, and I think a lot of us wonder about, which is essentially, how do we navigate this life of living in this world and this planet with so many extremely difficult issues and experiences that most people on the planet, and not only people but the planet itself and every living thing is experiencing a lot of trauma all the time. So how do we navigate that reality and also kind of remain either become or remain connected to and integrated with this quote unquote higher reality, or the way that some people put it, like the 5D reality versus the 3D reality, or the beyond the 5D reality. Or I guess another way to put the question I think people are wondering is, when we're here on this planet and people are hurting and suffering so much, how, in a certain way almost, I think people wonder, at least I know I've wondered, how do we justify going into this spiritual bliss and potentially just forgetting all the cares and the worries of the world? Or maybe another nuance to the question is, how do we both experience the fact that we ourselves might be having really traumatic things happening in our lives, or to people we love, or even just things that we're seeing happening in the world and that we care about? How do we hold both that very dense real reality and also have some kind of connection to the bigger picture of a certain vision of spiritual reality? So I have no idea what's going to come through, but I'm being asked very clearly to sit and be with you guys and allow whatever they want to say to come through. So I'm going to do that. Let's see what they're going to say. Okay. Hello. So we invite you all also to, just like Martha's doing, to sit down or lie down and get really comfortable, and remember that you also have this connection, your own version of this kind of connection that Martha has to us and to all of spiritual, the whole cosmos, all of existence. You are that. So you have this exact same kind of ability to connect, just the way Martha is, and we're speaking through her to you right now, but we invite you, if you feel called, to just get physically comfortable and still, and take a deep breath and drop down into your center, and just allow your own wisdom of all of who you are and all of who we are collectively to be present with you and to come through you as you are listening to us speak through Martha's voice. Because you are all generators of this divine intelligence, and it's absolutely wonderful. You're all like crystals. You're all like you're your own version of gems. So the vibration coming through Martha's voice is needed and is good. And then you all each also have a vibration that can come through you, or already is coming through you, or will come through you, or needs to come through you. And we invite you to just, as you listen, center, take a deep breath, and just trust that reality that you are this gem that's beautiful and has its own version of the same kind of wisdom that comes through you perfectly, and can come through anytime you want. So, as you're getting comfortable and settling into that reality, we're just going to connect you, if you would like, and connect ourselves all the way through your planet in a circular motion. This beautiful white light going through your planet, circling back around, and then going all the way into the middle of all of existence, which is infinite. And we'd just like to sit here for a minute in this dark, vast space of infinity. And this is where the deepest knowledge of most parts of existence come from. This is where we are speaking from. This is where we choose to be most of the time. So we hear this question that resonates from many of you on Earth. Many of you have this question because you care so deeply. And you came to the planet because you care so deeply. And we want to remind you how, and thank you for caring so much. Because there is incredible, deep suffering on this planet right now, and there really has been for a very long time. So it is, in a sense, a tragic reality that you recognize and that hits you to your core, and that you just can't shake because it is so tragic and horrible. And like we've said before, you are each tuning forks. You're each divine channels of light, love, wisdom, truth. So, given that you're tuning forks, you also are resonating in a certain sense with this tragedy and all these tragic circumstances that you see and feel and know and experience yourselves. And because you're so sensitive in that way, of course, it hits you utterly to your core. And it hurts a lot. So we just want to sit for a minute in acknowledgement that that is all absolutely true. Many beings on your planet are suffering beyond what most beings can comprehend. The pain is often unbelievable. And we suffer watching you suffer. We feel deeply sad watching you experience this pain. So everything that we are going to say next does not negate any of this reality and is not in any way to diminish it. What we want to remind you of is, again, that you chose to come to this planet specifically because you care so much and because you are so sensitive as these tuning forks, and you are here to help. If you didn't care, you probably wouldn't help. So this is all good. And the main thing we want you to hear and also remember is that the reality of existence is also real. So there is a letting go up here in this, the rest of existence. It's not that there is no pain and there is no suffering in the rest of existence, but there is a reality here where you can completely, totally, utterly let go of the reality on Earth. And this is like a reset time for you. This is like you're in the trenches and you're, we don't like to use the word war, but essentially, let's say you're in a battle, in a war, in one sense. That's the reality, that's the truth. And we give you this opportunity to come and let go of all of that for just a minute or a day or a week or however long you can manage it, and reset. Let go of the tragic things and the pain and the hurt out of your bodies, your physical bodies, your energy bodies. Because what we notice that happens a lot with people who have, or beings that have physical bodies, of course, is that the physical bodies will hold on to things that don't actually need to be held on to. So those traumas and those very harsh realities create a lot of physical reactions, chemically, physiologically, energetically, in the physical and energetic bodies, spiritual bodies even, karmic bodies. And that's absolutely natural and understandable. And the one takeaway we want you to have today in particular is that in order to be a clear tuning fork, the clear soul, beautiful soul that you are here on the planet to help, it is easiest to do that and most effective to do that when you have the chance to let go, to reset, to come back to this reality that you are safe up here. You are safe. I mean, in other words, your soul and your spirit are always safe, no matter what is happening on Earth. So we invite you to remember this and to start practices, if you don't do them already, where you are able to essentially suspend yourself in this kind of zero gravity reality of utter, complete safety, of being completely, totally held by the arms of existence, of the cosmos, of everything that is. And as you allow yourself to be suspended and held in this way, and to feel completely, utterly safe for even a minute at a time, you allow your energy body and your physical body, your spiritual bodies, your karmic bodies to let go of the things that have naturally been created and held onto that are not needed. We want to remind you that it is not only actually okay, it is important for you to let go of these things out of your bodies. A lot of the time, we notice that people feel guilty, or as though if they're worried about something or scared about something or angry about something or frustrated about something, they might hold on to it because they feel as though if they let go of those feelings, it somehow means they don't care or that they're not doing enough. They're being selfish in some way, or letting go of the responsibility that they feel to help. So if we can leave you with one clear takeaway message, it's that helping actually entails letting go. So if you want to help a particular kind of trauma or a particular situation, letting go of your physiological and energetic reactions to it is actually a way to help the situation, because you then come into the situation clear. Your love is present, your caring is present, your dedication is absolutely present, your focus is present, and the weight and the density and the difficult feelings that you carry around the situation, they can go. They don't really serve a purpose usually. Maybe occasionally for a second or two, but really what's needed in this situation is your love, your caring, your dedication, your commitment, your clarity, your sense of purpose. So if you can walk in, as this clear being that you are in reality, wow, what a difference you can make, even just by walking in the room. You sit down and you're a clear like pretend you're a quartz crystal. You walk in the room of a tragic situation and literally miracles can happen through you just by your presence, compared to, you know, a very natural reality for most people, which is you walk in and you're carrying the trauma and the hurt and the fear and the anxiety and the anger and the frustration and PTSD and all of these things that are completely normal and natural as a living entity. You walk in the room carrying all that, and your energy body is dark. It's dense. It's not able to vibrate and allow through the healing light that is meant to come through you, or that could come through you if you're in a place where you can let go of those things. And sometimes the trauma is so acute and so recent or so overwhelming that, you know, it's not time yet to let go of all of it. So we want to acknowledge that as well. There's also timing involved with all of these things. But if you do feel that you're able to let go, which for 90 something percent of the population is true, if you're able to let go of even some of it, it's actually the most selfless thing you can do. You become, you know, clearer and clearer and clearer, and you get to the point where you are this walking, talking, earthbound crystal, quartz crystal being on the planet, and you're just a transmitter constantly, and you can be a very grounded, very centered, very clear, very active and involved quartz crystal transmitter and translator of high vibrational help for very, very needed situations. I mean, situations that really need that help. So, we love you so much. And what you're doing here on Earth is extremely difficult. We acknowledge that. And we're so deeply grateful that you each care so much. That you chose to be here and to help in this way and in your particular way. And we invite you to continue to come back to us, either in yourselves or with other beings who are able to speak for us to you, such as Martha. We invite you to ask us questions either directly or to whoever you feel called to ask through, such as Martha. She's one choice that will resonate for many of you, some of you, and ideally you will eventually remember how to connect to your divine wisdom as well. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. See you very soon. Okay, so that was nice. Yeah, well, there's your message for any of you who needed that. And like they said, I'm very open to more questions. this set of questions came from two people close to me, so yeah, I'd love to hear your questions, your reflections, your thoughts, anything you're needing. And just to give you a quick rundown of what I'm being asked to offer and what I do offer is I'm channeling a series of books. So my first book is Living the One Light, and it is on Amazon. It's been out since last November. I also just channeled the second book. The series it's going to be a total of 8 books, and I just finished channeling the second one. It's going to come out very soon. It's called Gaia Speaks. I'll talk more about that when that's coming out. And I'm just starting the third one, which is called The Cosmos Speaks. And so all of these books are channeled by similar spirits who are speaking through me today, regarding supporting people who are awakening spiritually and awakening to their full spirit being, and all of why they're here on the planet. So number one, I am channeling those books. And then I'm also available for one-on-one coaching and guidance for anybody who wants a better sense of their own spiritual calling or their own spiritual reality. So I can do this through astrology readings, and also just through helping you to connect to your, how these guys were talking about, that we each have our own resonance, we're each our own gem. And so I have the ability to help people who are ready to remember who they are spirit on a soul level, and to connect to that, and to navigate the process of bringing your life into alignment with that soul reality of who you are, and what your soul gifts are, and what your soul purpose is, and essentially becoming that gem, so that your own soul song sings fully, and you're able to let go of anything that is not of that. So those are the main things that I am doing to support people like you. If you feel called, absolutely contact me. I can be reached at livingtheonelight@gmail.com, and then my website is livingtheonelight.com. Also, feel free to follow my YouTube channel, and I'm on Facebook at Living the One Light. Yeah, so I'm here for you if this is what you're experiencing, and if you need what I can offer. I'd love to connect. Thanks.